Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service. Jack Mekilo, the head coach for the Riverside Lady Vikes. Coach, a lot of excitement in your community about the Lady Vikes, but everybody just wants to get in and play basketball, but it's not that easy. Things have slowed down a little bit, but nonetheless, you're hoping to have a 2020-21 season. Talk about what you're looking forward to with this group of young ladies that started at a young age, and a lot of them are getting a little bit more mature, and then they've matured on the court. They're great students. They're going to go on and do great things in life. So I'm sure you're very excited.
Yeah, we are. And, I'm very optimistic that we are going to have a season. And I think it's going to be a season that, is a lot more than maybe we thought we would have got a month ago. It seems like things are trending in the right direction. And I'm really optimistic that, number one, that we're going to get to play. And that's all we want right now. If we get the opportunity to play, we think that things on the court will take care of itself. And, we have a great mix of players, like you just said. Some of them that have been around seems like forever, and we have some new faces that are going along with them. And we just can't wait to get started. And when they tell us we're good to go, we're going to hit the ground running.
You kind of know, okay, coming in, okay, these are our starters, but there's still, maybe there's a young lady who's number 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 on your team that are trying to fight. Hey, I want to be number 8. Hey, I want to be number 7. Hey, I want to get on that court and start. That's a great thing to have.
Yeah, and this is not normal. None of this is normal, and everybody says that, whether they're talking about basketball or the football season that preceded us. So we're not acting like it's normal, because who's to say what our team is going to look like on a given night? Things can happen. Things can come up during the season. And we're excited that we have an experienced team, number one, and that we have a lot of depth. So, everybody likes to say, hey, this isn't normal, but then they expect it to be normal. But I don't think it's going to be like that, and we're not preparing like that. We're trying to prepare for everything as coaches try to do.
Jack, you talk about the leadership of this team. It's not just one young lady. It's several young ladies that could be leaders. That's a great thing. But talk about how that just becomes contagious around all the young ladies there with the Lady Vikes basketball program.
Yeah, it's a great thing. And, it starts with Allie Nennis. She's our captain. She's been our captain for 2 years. She's the first one in the history of my program to be a captain as a junior. And, she sets the tone leadership-wise. And then, like you said, we have a bunch of people. The stuff Bella McKeefrey has done on and off the court. Things that just really reflect well on the program. We have a lot of seniors, and we have some juniors as well. Kylie Lavelle, she's turning into a leader. Morgan Antonacci is another girl that's showing a lot of leadership skills. So, the best teams, John, are the teams that get leadership from everybody. And I always like to say this: if you have to ask to be a captain, you don't have to be a captain to be a leader. And, I like to see who's going to lead they don't need the title to lead, Allie started doing that as a young age, probably her sophomore year. And, that's how she ended up in the position she is, but she's getting a lot of help. And she's the kind of person that, that stuff just rubs off on, and it becomes contagious through the program.
When you watch your program develop, and I've had the good fortune of being able to see this program now for some time, you always seem to have girls that are coachable. That's a great thing. Talk about these young ladies and just being able to coach them up. So if this girl's going to a Division III school, down the road, you're still coaching her up at the high school level. This young lady might be going at a different level. This young lady may not play basketball at the next level, but you're still there to try to coach her up, to give her life lessons.
Absolutely. We're so proud of the kids in our program and what they've done and what they've gone on to be able to do, whether it's playing basketball or excelling in college and things like that. But you're right. They're a coachable group. They buy into the program and to what we're trying to do here. And, I've been fortunate in it's going to be my 13th year to have a lot of good players, and a lot of good coachable players, because don't let anybody kid you. The secret to being a great coach is having lots of great players. It's as simple as that.
You watch your intensity when you're coaching a game. You have that. But there's also this really nice guy that we see in you as well. Talk about that mix as a coach. You have to play that part of sometimes you're going to be the nicest guy in the world. Other times you're going to push these student athletes, whether it's in practice or in a game.
Yeah, and I think the number one thing is you got to get them to trust you. And when they trust you, they understand that, hey, I want to win more than anybody. But as a coach, I think what you have to do is you have to be able to be flexible. If John Mendola is playing for me and John doesn't like to be, John doesn't take that aggressive style, well, then I can't really use that with him because I'm certainly not there to make things worse. I'm there to get the best out of everybody. And anybody that says, hey, I coach everybody the same, I don't think I necessarily agree with that. You have different personalities and your job is to, number one, get the most out of them. And then number two, get out of their way. It's a player's game and you want to get out of their way and, put them in position to excel. And that's my philosophy.
Your level of play has been very good. Fortunately or unfortunately for that matter, District 2's had some really good teams in your classification. Now, it'll change a little bit this year, but nonetheless, let's talk about putting your foot on that gas pedal this year. What did you say between 2019 and 2020? If we do this and get better, we're going to take that next step and get to where we think we could be.
Yeah, well, number one, I think we got to come out with a chip on our shoulder. We didn't get the results that we wanted to get at the end of last year. But like you said, we lost to some terrific teams as well. And we would have liked to have played a little bit better in those games. We'd like to have coached a little bit better. But hopefully we're going to learn from that. Hopefully it's going to help us this year. And we've certainly been in our share of big games. And like you said, the way the district has shaken out, we feel like we're in a great position, but we felt like we were in a great position last year. So, it's going to come down to what happens on the floor. And with this group, just like I said last year, I'll take my chances against anybody. There's
fun along the way. You got a good situation. You got really good administration at Riverside. You got a nice booster club. Your parents are supportive. Young ladies are working hard. But through all that, all those positives, there's always going to be some trials and tribulations that every team goes through. It doesn't matter if it's field hockey or football or basketball for that matter. Talking about just trying to keep those girls with laser focus to say, hey, we have a job at hand. Our job is A, win a conference title, win a championship, go on the road, whatever those things are.
Right. And we start off, we make it very simple. We want to win the next game. That's as far as we go. We want to win the next game. There's going to be adversity. There's going to be adversity throughout the season. We know we try to prepare as best we can, and we'll be in the huddle saying, hey, this is the adversity that we talked about. And hopefully that helps us. But it's okay to face a little bit of adversity too, and it's okay to work your way up. And I think people sometimes lose sight of that. Not only with high school basketball, but I think you see it at the college level now, where you have so many people transferring and things like that. I mean, you're better off being battle tested, whether it's working your way into the lineup, whether it's, playing the best teams. And, that's always been our tradition since I've been here. We'll play anybody, any place, anytime. And, I hope we get the full 22 in because, we're playing Jim Thorpe. We're playing, Notre Dame Green Pond, who has a Division I player. We're playing Dunmore twice. We're playing Old Ford twice. We're playing Holy Cross twice. So, we're playing North Pocono. So, all the heavy hitters are on our schedule, and that's how we like it. And, that's one thing that we're doing a little differently this year is, we really built up that schedule, and we're excited to challenges. Hopefully we get to play them all. We have Abington Heights in our Christmas tournament, so that's another one. So, we're not ducking anybody.
I'm going to hit you with some questions here, whether you want to say a couple of words or a sentence or two, but coaching influences for you, who helped mold you as the coach you are today?
Mike Morgan. Mike Morgan is my mentor, and what I learned from him, and he's been wonderful. For everything that I've got to experience and succeed in high school basketball, I tell everybody my biggest accomplishment is, I was a good enough coach for Mike Morgan to say, would you be my assistant coach? And that's something I'm really proud of. Tom Izzo on the college level, I got to meet Coach twice, 2 different occasions. We went out to see him. It was just a wonderful experience. So, and I think, I don't know, I think I like guys that show a lot of toughness. I think I like teams that are tough, and I think you see that with our team, and that's from those 2 guys,
Hooded sweatshirt or a shirt and tie kind of guy?
Hooded sweatshirt, definitely. Definitely. Especially in the summer, I get to pull it over my head when things are going so bad.
That's awesome. You have so many great memories there at Riverside, so many great families. When you think about all these young ladies, you're putting some through that want to play at that college level, but in the end, you're just hoping to get productive student athletes that go on to be great citizens. And there's some great stories of young ladies that have played in that program that went on and, they're physical therapists now, or they're doctors, or they're teachers, or they have a couple of kids right now. There's some great stories there.
There is, and like you said, we run the gambit. We have kids that were physicians' assistants that are in the medical field. We've had people, in government offices, and things like, just across a broad spectrum. And I always say, look, I can't take any credit for that, but if 1/10 of 1% is your success is because of something that you got from me, then I'm the proudest guy in the world.
Over the holidays, let's talk about something that you're looking forward to. Normally you're with your team. This holiday you won't be with your team, but you might be with them through a Zoom call or something of that nature. But what's something that you look forward to at home?
It's just different. It's just so different this year. Usually we're going full bore. So I've had a chance to spend more time with my family, which is different at this time of year, and I'm just enjoying it. My kids are grown and moved on, but I enjoy spending time with my wife and watching our kids grow, and it's a great time.
How about a favorite meal or dessert that you're looking forward to, whether it's over Christmas or New Year's? What's the one meal you're like, I can't wait for this?
Well, my wife's been making cookies right along here, but then she's telling me I have to lose weight, so I gotta try to somehow balance that out. So, but it's my father's been making kielbasa for about 50 years, and that's always exciting. And he was able to make it again this year. So,
wow,
something we always look forward to.
That's kielbasa. That just sounds so good. 50 years of experience. Man, that sounds awesome. Well, Jack, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you. We look forward to talking to some of the girls when the next couple of weeks start rolling around. Hopefully you get back in the gym and get back to basketball. But the best of luck, and I know it's going to be successful this year at Riverside.
Thank you, John. Happy holidays to you and your family as well.